Earlier today, GitHub announced they were reversing their position on hosting the youtubel-dl project repository on their site. This is, on balance, a good thing, but it's still troubling. Let's rewind a bit to get some context. On October 23rd, the repository for youtubel-dl, a popular open source tool for downloading YouTube videos, was suddenly removed from GitHub due to a DMCA takedown notice. This came with no warning, and the result, unsurprisingly, was a flood of angry users from the tech community. The fact that it was removed due to a DMCA takedown request made little sense because, despite the fact that youtubel-dl can be used to download commercially licensed content, it also has a host of legitimate uses, including preserving evidence in human rights cases, aiding journalists in fact-checking, and downloading Creative Commons content, just to name a few. Of course, the internet being what it is, the repo is quickly cloned and made available both on and off of GitHub almost immediately. But nonetheless, this appeared to be a clear overreach of the DMCA. The tech world mostly moved on. This isn't the first time the DMCA has been abused and is almost certainly not the last. Surprisingly though, almost a month later, GitHub finally reversed their stance on the takedown notice and reinstated the youtubel-dl repo. No doubt this is a reaction to much of the tech community calling for boycotts of GitHub and threatening to move to self-hosted platforms like GitLab, Git and others, rather than some sudden stroke of altruism on their part. Nonetheless, GitHub's reaction is overall pretty good, reinstating the youtubel-dl repo, writing up an explanation of the episode, and putting in place some new checks to stop DMCA abuses from happening, including the creation of a $1 million legal fund to help smaller developers when these abuses occur. So, what can we take away from all of this? As I said, despite GitHub making a bad initial call, especially considering the deep pockets of parent company Microsoft, they did an overall pretty good job making up for it. However, the larger problem of the DMCA and how it's abused by large organizations is just as pernicious as ever. The US badly needs to not only rethink the DMCA, but copyright law in general. The initial spirit of copyright law was to provide creators with a temporary, exclusive right to their content to incentivize further creative works, not as a way to enrich large global corporations and use the laws to kill smaller independents. Until this happens, these types of attacks will remain all too common.